Ey, puro no va a ser mi compañero, márquele compa Tavo, dice.
Me quieren encadenado, dice por ser traficante, quieren mi retrato hablado y creen con eso atraparme. Si aceptaron compromisos, yo no he de respetar.
All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Jorge Razo Podcast, Conociendo, Musicos. We got a very special guest today, mi compa DJ Malechin.
Woo! Man, when I came in, I thought I was going to get some perico or something, like, real quick, bro. I was like, damn, you know, where am I coming to? Nah, just kidding, bro. You know, good looking out, bro. Thanks for the invite. Shout out to my compa Roy, La Costa Music, you know, for looking out.
Shout out to my boy Obi.
Yeah.
Muchas gracias, compa. Muchas gracias for making this happen. Compa, thank you for coming out. I want to go ahead and start off with just saying thank you for you know, taking the time, for allowing other people to get to know you a little more about you and stuff like that. And it's kind of intimidating at times having more people get to know you without you really knowing them and stuff like that. So I appreciate you know, coming out here and spending some time.
No, much love, compa, igualmente. Thank you for the invite. And like I said, once again, I don't really do that many interviews ahorita with all the COVID stuff. It's been tough, bro, you know? Like, even my girl makes me, like, take off my clothes and fucking shower before I go into the room, into the bed, like.
No, compa, pues el negocio en el negocio donde andamos, pues, there's a lot of people, compa, a lot of faces. A lot of times people come up to you and try to, like, oh, compa, or trying to get in your space, you know?
Funny story, it's like when, you know, I'm like you're a musical, bro, so you run into so many people like, damn, compa, I haven't seen you in a long time, and you're like, fuck, I don't want to be a dick. I don't know this guy, but like, hey, what's up?
What's up?
Le sigues el rollo nomás para.
Hey, you gotten called out?
Huh?
You gotten called out?
Yeah, bro, like a lot of times.
I'm
like,
telling
you know, I'm with my girl, my family, and she's like, fuck, how do you know these people? And I'm like, to be honest, I don't know who he is, you know, but like, I still play the part. Like, you know, I don't want to make it feel dumb.
I've gotten that so much, bro, that my girl has been like, you didn't even know that. And,
it happens, bro. It's part of, you know, part of knowing so many people in the industry, you know.
When you talked a little bit about this, so you said I'm a musico, and do you consider yourself a musico, compa?
I don't consider myself a musico because I have no musical talent whatsoever.
Compa,
nothing.
Compa, you do.
I have an ear for music. I have an ear for music.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I could tell you, like, oh, that group sings bad, you know, that guy sings dope, you know, the accordion, but I have no, que todo te ponga a decir, I know how to play any instrument. You know, I try with the drums a little bit, but that's it, bro. So that's the reason why, I always been, like, in the, everybody, all the musicos are like, hey, you're a musico, bro. I'm like, no way.
But you mix,
I'm a fan. I'm a fan, you know. Like,
but you mix, compa, you know, you have to know the certain beats. You got to know. At one point, you kind of even got to know the tonos.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean.
That's an art, too.
That's an art, compa, you know, like.
It's funny because, you know, I was looking at your YouTube videos, you know, to catch up and see what you guys talk about, you know. And one of my friends, really good friends, is Manny Tololoche. But one of my closest friends is his manager, the slash músico that plays with him, you know, Pichemeño. You know, and he's like, hey, bro, fucking, I want to mix. And I was like, all right, bro, all you got to do is beat match. You know, so, you know, you have a BPM, match the BPM. And when it comes to the música, pues it's offbeat. Like when it comes to the fucking, whatever you're playing. So I go like, let's switch, bro. Y yo no le agarré, güey. And él no le agarró el DJ. So para que cada quien, you know, tiene su talento. Por eso digo, yo no soy músico.
Bueno, es artista,
pero soy fan.
Es artista, mi compa. Let's just call it what it is, my boy.
I try, bro. You know, it's tough. I don't know how. Man, it's crazy. A story that I got to tell you, bro, is, you know, I'm born and raised in L.A., and my body's always been used to, you know, I go to the club or go fucking perform somewhere, 3, 4 in the morning in L.A., and it's like, I'm tired, bro. You know, ya estuvo. La amanecida estuvo buena. You know, that's it. 4 or 5 in the morning, get home. Aparte that you're going to get chewed out when you get home, 6, 7, or 8 in the morning. Órale, cabrón. No, it's just that your body is different, right? So then I started traveling, bro. I started traveling to Mexico, right? And then, you know, I'm like, fuck, you know, I got from LA going to Mexico. And my body is used to 3, 4 in the morning going to sleep. Bro, at 3, 4 in the morning, the parties are barely starting in Mexico.
No, compadre.
2, 3 días. And I'm like, what?
Apenas andan agarrando vuelo allá.
So, yeah, it's a different vibe, bro. Different vibe.
Compa, well, let's back up a little bit, compa. So, ¿a qué edad empezó, you know, to start DJing and start getting into the scene?
I was 14 years old, bro. 14 years old when I first got the taste of music. Get the way I see. Back in that time, it was about the East Coast, West Coast. You know, Tupac, Biggie. You know, I was a big fan of Big Boy in the Morning from Power 106, the Baker Boys. You know, I listened to all that stuff, and but I mean, besides that, bro, I was a big fan of Power Tools, of Richard Hump Division, the DJ and Bad Boy Bill. So I got into like that hard house stuff. You know, that's what I grew up on. You know, so I always wanted to see the DJs perform. You know, because I seen the turntable DJs, and I was like, no mames, that's the way it's just fucking 12-year-old, and they're scratching and doing all this shit. You know, and I'm like, and I'm like, bro, fuck. You know, for me, I grew up at a time where, you know, la neta, I didn't have money at the time. You know, like, you know, you had to buy a CD to get that one song, or you had to buy that record to get that one song, and I didn't have enough money at the time. You know, like, I had to buy fucking, you know, I wanted to do a playlist. I had to buy fucking 20 CDs to make a good fucking mix, bro. It was hard. So that's where I grew up on, you know, like, fucking, you know, so that's when I first started getting the taste of music.
So when you started getting interested in it.
Yeah, so.
Seeing people hasta con el pie moviéndole ahí, take out their shoe, put the big toe on the fucking CD, todo el rollo.
Yeah. And then I would always be like, you know, at the clubs, I mean, like, checking out the videos, you know, because I'm just like on videos on TV, like, you know, fucking, you know, old school ass videos. And the DJ, and he would get everybody hyped up, and I don't know, it just attracted me, bro. So the music attracted me, but what attracted me more was what he was doing to the crowd. Like, you know, ganando la pista, everybody having a great time.
Metiendo ambiente,
so I felt like a you know, like a musico at that point. You know, like I want to hit that vibe. You know, so that's when I first got introduced to music. But fuck, ¿qué te voy a decir?
Cuando se metió en el rollo, pues, cuando
yo me metí en el rollo, bro. Yo fui un DJ cuando empecé era un DJ fracasado, bro. Yo me quise meter a hard house, me quise meter a K-rock music, me quise meter a hip hop, y no la armaba, bro, because all the talent was just amazing, bro. Like, it was just so amazing.
It was like on another level, pues.
It was on another level where I didn't have the guidance, and I didn't have I just didn't have the resources at the time. So what I did, bro, I remember being in my high school. I went to Garfield High School in LA. And there was some DJ during the lunch. They would do the dance, you know, like dances or bring fucking artists or groups. And they brought this DJ from La Que Buena. La Que Buena at the time was like, hey, this is it, you know.
Was popping,
bro. And he started mixing corridos, bro, and norteñas. And I was like, bro, fuck, you know, that shit sounds dope as fuck. And I just went over there, bro. I just started paying attention. And ever since, that was the guy, his name was DJ Chanilo. I remember that guy, bro. And
DJ Chanilo.
Yeah, Chanilo. It was that generation of DJ Chanilo. I don't know if you know some guy named DJ Osiris.
Osiris. Well, I mean, Osiris.
Yeah, it's Osiris the god, but his name is Osiris.
Okay.
Now Osiris is one of like the biggest nightclub owners in the industry. He's the owner of
Malechin.
Okay. He's the owner of El Malecon nightclub, and he was one of the OGs from back in the day.
Okay. So that makes sense now. Where they have I think it's like Osiris VIP or some shit like that, no? No, what do they have? I don't know. I seen it somewhere.
Yeah. But. So back in the day, it was just all DJs. There was Chanilo, it was Osiris, and it was a bunch of other DJs playing for the show que se llamaba Barra Libre en La Que Buena, you know, with Pepe Garza and El Carnalillo. That's when
El Carnalillo.
Started getting
that's back. Even Gio knows about El Carnalillo.
Yeah. El Carnalillo Pecho Amarillo. So he started getting all that new generation of DJs, and I was just a fan of the music, bro. So I would just practice and listen to the music and listen to their mixes, and I was like, fuck, one day I'm gonna, fucking do something, do a little mix or something, So antes había un chingo de flyer parties, bro. So iba a los flyer parties. They back in the, because I mean, in my generation, bro, when I came in, it's either you were hardcore into hip hop, or you were a naco, bro, because you were getting into the paisa stuff.
That's the shit that no quiero decir que me desmotivaba, because I've always had an interest in music, compa.
Yeah.
Pero when I was growing up, people were like, oh, you fucking chunti, or oh, you this, because everybody was into hip hop, compa.
Yeah, everybody.
raro el mexicano que only the old heads, you know, listen to norteño, listen to banda, whatever. If I would like bump it on my little iPod shuffle and shit like that, like people were like legit homies would laugh at me like, what the fuck are you listening to?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's fucking crazy.
It wasn't cool to be a paisa back then, bro. It wasn't cool. It was like you said, that generation was just like hardcore, like, you know, it's either you listen to hip hop or you listen to hard house, bro.
Yeah.
Or, you know, like first generation, you know, American. It's like you still spoke fucking 80% of your language was Mexican, bro. You know,
Spanish
your ESL was like your classes.
ESL was the classes.
You know, so you had to adapt, and then you know, for us, that's when the first Chalino Sanchez was like hitting, you know, Saul Viera and Narquillo, you know, all these Chalinillos, you know, they call it now Chalino, but it was
Chalino
just
style,
Chalino style. Pero no estaba de moda. Only if you got into that industry, bro. But me as a high school kid, bro, I was like, you know, fuck, you know, it was just like it's either go this way or go this way. Eres cholo or eres paisa.
Or eres paisa.
You know, there was no.
But it wasn't even like it is cholo though. It was more like.
Nah, it was cholo, bro.
There was actually, you know, there
Ben
was
Davis and Cortez and.
Well, it's funny because I now not so much, but when back when I was like in middle school coming up, you know, that's when you started seeing like these little girls getting this little chola phase, you know what I mean? Like trying to wear fucking Cortezes or trying to wear fucking these weird ass Nikes.
Fat Farm, dog.
Those Fat Farms, the K-Swisses with the Ben Davis.
I think it was lugs, no? They didn't have no timber.
Lugs. Lugs. But it was just...
It was when everybody had to wear those 50s by 32s, you know? And you have to just,
when you had to amarrarte de pinche. And
the pantalon was this big and the person was this little, you know?
You look like a homie, you know what I mean? Like, you look like one of those little monitos.
Yeah, exactly.
And compa, you start getting into a point in your career where, you know, you start gigging more, you start performing at parties and stuff like that. Explain to me that little transition of being not so known DJ to start getting a little more, you know, more gigs.
I started getting into music hardcore, bro. 14, 15, 16, hardcore. Like every day listening to music, like nonstop. Waking up, I mean, I had a Discman, bro, and a cassette player at the time, you know, so for me, I had to go buy cassettes. Y me levantaba, me dormía, cagaba con música, güey. I take a shower, fucking music. Like, everything was music. Like, music. And I just like, bro, I got to do something, you know? I got to do something. And I just started, I told my parents about it. I go, hey, I want to be a DJ. Mm-hmm. And my dad and my mom just laughed. They're like, no, it's not a career for you. Don't waste your time. And, you know, pa qué? You know, go work in the construction with your dad, or go, you know, cut grass with your tío, or like, you know, go get some real money. Go to school, finish your, you know, you get the degree. And I'm like, fuck. I go, all right. Pues like every Mexican listens to their parent or any child at that time. Pues a darle. So I put it to the side. I was like, with the hopes to get some money to buy some shit, you know? And then, you know, my grandma comes aboard and she's like, hey, you know, like my grandma got to know me a little bit more. And she's like, hey, well, what do you need? I go, you know what? I need this, and that. How much is it? It's $1,500. You know, back then it was $1,500. It was
a whip, my boy.
Yeah, it was a whip back then, bro. You know, it's something. And she's like, no, I got you. You know what?
She was the one that helped fund you.
She's the one that helped me, like, you know, the initiation of everything. And then like a true DJ, bro, I started off with turntables, you know? Like, I was like, man, I want to get some fucking turntables, bro. It's my fucking passion. It wasn't techniques, but it was not even close to techniques. Yeah. But it was a turntable, bro. Like, you know, because, I mean, I grew up, when my radio had 2 cassette players. I had an equalizer, and then on top it had a turntable, bro.
But like, you had the whole fucking... You had the whole rack.
Big old speakers. So, and like, you know, those were super cheap back then, and, you know, fucking boom boxes, and... So that's what I had. So that wasn't enough, like, equipment to do whatever I got to do, you know? So my grandma was like, hey, she took me to downtown L.A., bro. We went to 11th and Central, where everybody go here in L.A., everybody go buy the DJ shit or whatever. We don't have Guitar Center back then, bro. We didn't have that type of money. So we went to 11th and Central. Y llegamos a la primera tienda que miramos the DJ stuff, bro. And I just picked, like, a little bit of things. I didn't know nothing about brands. I didn't know nothing about nothing, bro.
The one that looked like it did the jazz, that's the one you got.
You know, there were no brand speakers, no brand turntables, no brand nothing, bro. So my grandma was like, how much? Oh, everything, cool, $1,500. They got me, bro. They got me. They're like, You know, the guy...
Se la dejaron caer.
Se la dejaron caer toda, bro. La doblaron y me la vací, güey. But I don't know, bro. To me, it was a blessing, bro. It was like, fuck, you know? It's like...
That's honestly a huge blessing, you know, to have.
La neta. So for me at the time, it was like the biggest thing, bro. Like, I didn't even care about having a car. Like, for me, it was just having my GT, you know, chrome out, to go to BMX,
GT bike,
to go to fucking school and come back and that. And it was a big blessing, bro. So from right there, I just started practicing every day. I started going to work, you know, cut grass with my tío or go construction with my dad.
Shout out to the jardineros, man.
Big time. Much love to them, man. They're hardest working ever, bro. Construction guys and all that. So I iba, güey. Yo iba a estar trabajando, saving up my money just to go to Tower Records, to go to Ritmo Latino, to go to, you know, because back then you couldn't order. Or they used to have this thing from Colombia, que llegabas and you buy one CD, te daban como 12.
Oh, okay.
It was an old school. So I would use different addresses and me llegaban 12, güey, y compraba un CD.
It's like a package type shit,
yeah.
No? Like,
it was like a monthly membership, and I remember I did that shit with like 10 different addresses, and I had like fucking 200 CDs, bro.
Okay, compa, like, let me ask you this question: how big was your disco book?
Damn, bro. Well, in the beginning one, bro, it was just like the little binder you put on your car back then, you know, like
the little inserts,
and then later it went into a little cajoncito, like a maleta. I thought it was so badass because I used to carry my CDs. I had, you know, because I grew up in that, you know, so I had a Saul Viera CD, a Chalino, and then I had a Tupac, a Biggie, a Snoop. And then I had Hard House, you know, man.
Okay.
I had like, that was like what I grew up on. Like my fundamentals of everything that I do is 100% hip hop, West Coast hip hop, and then La Chalineada, bro, whatever you call it. Mm-hmm. And then Hard House, bro. I was a big fan of Hard House. So that was my maletita, bro. I walked that shit like I had a Gucci bag or a Dior bag, bro. I was like, you can't stop me, bro. Like, you know? So, I mean.
You felt real player.
I felt really player, bro, la neta. And then, you know, I had my solo pants. I don't know if you guys remember wearing solos.
Compa. My dude walked around like this, limping and shit.
Yeah, like, bro, you don't even know. See, wait, so that's how I grew up. You know, I couldn't wear no Ben Davis because, you know, I get a whooping, you know, at the house. My pops didn't like Ben Davis, didn't like Dickies. And, pues, está cabrón, bro, en ese pedo. So I started getting my little collection, bro. And then my dad got me my first gig, bro. I literally had 2 speakers and like I didn't have no coffee and nothing, just showed up and a la Mickey Mouse.
Así.
Pulled up to a family party.
Que le metes un disco de este lado y le metes el disco del otro, and then the little fader.
And the little fader. And then I get there, bro. I played for like 16 hours, bro.
What? 16
hours. I don't know how I played for 16 hours, bro. And they're like, time to get paid, right? And then I get paid $50, bro.
God, su madre.
And then I was like, fuck, bro. For me, it was practice. So for me, it was like a blessing, bro. Like, fuck. Doing what I love and getting paid.
And I got money for hot Cheetos tomorrow.
Yeah, bro. I mean, back then, $20 was a lot, you know. Back then, you know, you buy hot Cheetos, soda, lollipops, bro, slushy. If you're in school.
You got the slushy?
You actually buy lunch, like during lunch. You don't have to get that free one. So, you know, I fresh ass white tea, bro, you know, like.
You got a sick ass Pro Club, my dude.
Pro Club,
not
bro.
Pro Pipe yet. It was a sick ass Pro Club.
Sick ass Pro Club. Thick, bro. Super thick, you know. and one in reserve just in case they got a little dirt.
A little dirt.
You know?
Se ensució un poco, my boy swapped it out. Yeah. He carried it in his backpack on the little side on the
JanSport right there. Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
so that's when I started and then I get to meet you know, I was just on the grind, bro. La neta, I was just trying to get wherever. I think in that path, if I would have gone to the hip hop industry, I would have got into the hip hop industry. If I would have gone to the whatever route,
if you would have got recognized,
if I would have like just got to know more people, but I was just so young, bro. I was so young when I got into this industry, and you know, back then it wasn't no love, bro. Like, hey, Kyle, way, come into the club, like we got you. No mames, way, no, nunca.
You had a fucking jump over fucking obstacles in order to get a little recognition back then.
There was no social media, bro. So I mean, I had to go to the fire parties. I had to go to the fire parties to link up with people. You know, I had a pager, bro. So you know, people would page, $9.99 and you out of your mind, you know. Like for me, it was a big deal, bro. You know, like having those $10 to play that monthly fucking beeper bill, you know, because I had a bunch of change, bro. I always ran, and every time I ran for, I hear because I had a bunch of nickels and dimes because I had a call, you know, because I had my pager. So I am now, with my pager thinking I'm fly, bro, you know, and
where you at?
Yeah, wait, that was a sidekick, bro. That was later, bro. That was later.
No. The beeper. No, I meant like, where are you at? Yeah. Like on the beeper que enseñaba el mensaje just going across.
Or I miss you was like the 177155, and then you know,
damn,
like you write all that shit. Yeah, I remember those, bro. You got the right code and shit in the beginning, so that's what happened, bro.
But how would you text like? I mean, compa, I know you're probably married already.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's all good, bro.
How was having a girlfriend with a beeper? Like, how do you send out a I miss you text? How you send out a?
I mean, the I miss you. I mean, I remember spending, but I remember it was a 177 to make an M, a 1 to make an I, a 5 to make an S. So you had to put two fives, and then a 4 to make a U, and that's it. And that was the code. You send that and said, "I miss you," or. You know, like you'd be like 411, 911, and it was 411, hit me up.
Hit me up, yeah, you can call me up.
911, and I used to have to leave that fucking voicemail, you know, hey, reaching out for.
Compa, you did those. Ya me imagino a mi compa.
You had to put the tape.
Ya me imagino a mi compa Malechin. Hey, yo, it's your boy Malechin.
Drop a beat after the tone.
Drop your message after the
Yeah. You know, I remember I used to make your voicemail, bro. That was social media back then, bro. You know, social media was going to nutrition, you know, going to lunch, going to PE, bro.
But how important is social media for your business?
Now, bro, la neta, that's 100%. If you don't got social media, bro, like you ain't working. To be honest, you know, it's just that important. I mean, now that there's just so many platforms, you know, like you got YouTube, you know, one of the biggest ones, bro. You know, and you know, when I came in, bro, it wasn't on MySpace, Facebook. I started up with this. It used to be called C-Pixel.
Damn, I don't even know what.
Yeah, you should put a picture up, bro, and people will like it, you know, and then we'll just communicate, or you know, it'd be a flyer party, they'll put that up, and then the party line, bro.
And then you go, let me get you a photo bucket.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Photo bucket. Yeah, I don't want me. The party line was one of them. You know, like, hey, you know, say hello, fucking, you know, party rooms, and it was just a different time, bro.
Okay. I remember. I think I remember that. I was like in elementary school when that thing would go down.
The party line, bro, and then
I had older cousins, so like they would kind of like be more. They'd be on the line or whatever the hell. So I'd kind of just like listen in. I was never on the party line, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I happened to go to I was during school, bro. Back in se hacían muchos DPs, like, you know, ditching parties.
Ditching parties.
So
hey, what?
Yeah, DPs, bro.
Do people still make those?
I don't know. Maybe ditch work party.
Ditch work party now. I just.
Yeah, but there was a DP, bro. I remember going to high school. Or elementary or whatever, like the beginning sophomore year of high school, and I go to a DP, bro. You know, trying to like, you know, learn stuff, and then yo mi bolsita, bro, bien chingón, you know, like.
Oh, so you'd be the DJ.
And no, I just go, like, you know, hopefully catch a set, bro. Like, hey, if the DJ gets tired, I'm here to cover in for you, you know, like tag team, bro, and you know, that should never happen, bro. As a matter of fact, I go into a DP, bro. It just happened, bro. There was a lot of party crews back then. The party crews turned into fucking cholos and gangs, and I happened to be one of the unfortunate ones that, you know, I got jumped, bro. I got jumped.
Ooh.
They took all my stuff, bro. Like all my CDs, like everything, bro. To me, it was like fucking heartbroken, bro. I was like, fuck, you know. It just happened, bro. You know, wearing those solos, bro. Wearing those solo pants.
Oh my God.
They were tight on the top, but they were baggy on the bottom, bro. You know,
so they really thought you were from somewhere.
You know. For me, I've always been bald, bro. I've been bald. I had hair. I always shaved it off. So back then, being bald, bro, you're a cholo by affiliation.
Yeah, by the look of it, you already a cholo.
So yeah, bro, somebody me quitó like a lot of, you know, ganas to continue, and then here comes my grandma again, like, hey, you know, I spent all this money for you to you know, to pursue whatever you want to do. So I voy otra vez, bro. Starting again, fucking buying CDs, and pues ahí echándole, bro.
Looking back, compa, looking back to, you know, your grandma helping you out and your grandma motivating you and shit like that, how grateful are you for
Really appreciate it, bro. Really appreciate it to her. You know, I always, you know, mention her. I always talk about her. I always take her with me now that I'm fortunate to take her, like, certain stuff and, you know, for them to enjoy a lot of stuff that I do, you know, because to be honest, bro, it's come to a point where, like, now it just seems like a normal lifestyle to me, but, you know, we're not normal, bro. Like, to be honest with you, like, you know, we hang around people that people wish that they could be around, you know, and it's like, wow, bro, you hang around with this guy, or you know this guy? And I'm like, bro, I know this guy before he even started, you know? So, so yeah, bro. There I go, starting again. And then, you know, talking to my grandma, talking to my mom. My dad was never supportive of me, like, hasta la fecha.
No?
Nah,
Compa, he never really supported you?
And not until recently, bro. Recently, I'll tell you a story after with my dad, but he wasn't supportive, bro. He was like, hey, bro, you got to get a career, like, you know, construction. Or,
this shit is not
going to
go
down. You're not going to make no money, bro. You're going to be, what? This is just a party. And to be honest, at that time, bro,
it was just a party,
bro. Just to be, like, going to the club or going for free, you know, like.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, compa, it's not necessarily just to party either, compa. It's just that's kind of the grind of everything. Like as us musicos, like as starting off, you know, you kind of gotta. It kind of sucks to say, but you kind of gotta go for free sometimes. You kind of gotta go show off with, like what you know a little bit, just so people can recognize you a little bit more. You know, now tenemos we have YouTube, we have Instagram and stuff like that. So now whenever, you know, a new group is starting off, they can just be like, oh, you want to hear us out? Go check this out. But back then, pues también la neta no teníamos ese de que, you know, so you gotta presentarte, you gotta show up, you gotta start playing so people can actually be like, oh, this guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But back then, compa, there was none of that.
There was none of that, bro, to be honest. And then, sí, te entiendo, bro. So what I did, I just went home, bro. I went home, practice, and then I looked for a job, bro. I'm like, I'm gonna look for a job.
You took time off, or you just did it on the side?
No, I just I would practice every day, listening to music, practice every day. But I got a job. I said, fuck it, I'm gonna look for a job, something that I like to do. So I applied at Foot Locker, bro. You know, the Jordans were popping, bro. Like, you know that
you had the referee jersey, all that.
My name tag, bro. You know,
compa, I don't see you as a Foot Locker worker, compa.
Yeah, when I first started, bro, see my chin. So that was my first job. I started working at Foot Locker because I always had a passion for shoes, you know, sneakers, and so that's when it started. That's where it all started. And but you know, watching basketball, bro, the Lakers, you know, I mean, everybody, you know, so everybody had their own shoe at the time. So I just started working at Foot Locker, bro, and it was cool. You know, I got to meet a lot of good people. I got to collect a lot of shoes. You know, hasta la fecha, pues I already have I have a shitload of shoes, bro. Like from back in the day to right now, bro, probably like 4,000 pairs of shoes. I think.
Compa, I've never been a shoe head. Like I swear to you, compa, I won't spend more than $100 on shoes because I just feel like, to me, like shoes are just like, they're shoes.
Yeah.
You know, like if I got, it's gonna sound kind of dumb, but if I have like some expensive shoes, I didn't buy them, compa. Like legit, like my girl got them for me as a gift, or fucking I got them for a birthday present, or lo que sea, compa. Like
they were on sale.
They were on sale. That's the big one too. Cause to be honest with you, compa, like you're gonna see me in Vans most of the fucking time, compa.
Yeah.
You're gonna see me in Vans because I honestly don't give a.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, to each your own, bro. La neta, you'll see. I'm a big sneakerhead. You know, I fell in love with the shoes, and since I was young, bro. So I respect everybody. You know,
yeah.
And that's what I started doing, bro. I started getting into the sneaker games, and you know, getting a bunch of shoes and selling and reselling and doing all this shit. Back when I was young, bro. Because I would get a lot of the shoes for like 75% off, you know.
Oh, well, no shit. No.
So a lot of shoes that I have, bro, I got them 75% off because I used to work there and, you know, put them on
75% off, compa? Now, pura madre que te dan 10%.
Sí, nada. Pero the shoes back then weren't even a lot, güey. Like the Jordans back then were like 100, like, you know, $89, you know. Like,
well, compa, even back then, $100 is a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. Inflation.
Were those your go-tos, or what was your go-to shoes?
Man, the Space Jams, bro, they're my favorite. Yeah, the Space Jams would have to be my favorite. I love the ones, you know. And, but to be honest, bro, for me, I loved Allen Iverson, bro, at the time, you know, so his shoes were like my passion.
What is it, the answers?
Yeah, the questions.
Oh, we got a sneakerhead over here, too. My dude got the...
I'm a basketball fan.
My dude
Basketball
be
fan,
wearing
yeah.
the Kobe's. He be
Kobe,
wearing
bro.
the...
Pero sí, güey, so, I mean, that's how, you know, I just started meeting the shoes and, you know, I started meeting a lot of sneakerheads. And then I just started practicing, bro, every day practicing. And then my first fractured actual break, bro, like when I was having a DJ contest with Carnalillo and all the big-time DJs to me. They were big-time, bro, because before I used to go to a party, bro, y llegaba el DJ with like 1,000 speakers, bottoms and tops, and fucking like a whole bunch of setup, and I'm like, bro, I'm never gonna catch up to this shit, bro. Like, no, there's no way, you know.
Pasado, compa.
You know, like
back then, the fucking big ass, big speakers, and now, you know, three of those big ass speakers is una pinche nice compact one.
Exactly.
That gives you the same fucking sonido.
Yeah, so I mean, yo, pues esa madre me asustaba. I'm like, I'm not gonna. Hopefully, I make that type of money to buy that type of equipment, you know, because it was so expensive. So, Carnalillo, hey, you know what? Fucking, we're looking for DJs. Send us a demo. I had been practicing, bro, for years already. Like, years. Every day, every time I get home from work or when I just practice. Me encerraba en el cuarto y ya no salía, güey. My mom was like, ¿qué? ¿Te la estás jalando todo el pinche día? And I'm like, nah. You know, because then you wouldn't come out, bro. And I'd just be like...
Salías con las manos bien madredonas. Your mom was like, oh, sí te la estás jalando.
Sí, todo el día, le dije, hasta doble. But I would just listen to music, bro, and practice and visualize. You actually have to visualize what you want to do, what you want to be, bro, because...
I would imagine you have to know how you want it to sound, you know?
But you have to, like, really love what you do for you to continue doing the job, bro. Like, to be honest, don't do it because they're forcing you to do it. I'm a big fan, a believer of... if you're talented in any way, shape, or form to anything, stick to it, bro. You know, I mean, you don't, that's not a career. BS, bro. Like, I know a lot of people that are rich, bro, super rich. They didn't go to school, you know. They did things that you're like, wow, really? They're making money, bro, you know. And I'm a big believer on that. So, back to the story, bro.
We're going out of topic.
We're
good, compa. We are good.
I turned in a demo to Que Buena, bro, to La Que Buena. And I think I turned it in like at midday, bro, during the day. They drove me over there to the station. I dropped the demo off. Yeah, you know, because before you have to record it on a tape. You know, so you have to fucking sit and record, hook it up to RCA's in the back, and I recorded the fucking demo. There was no USBs back then. There was, you know, the email was it was dial up, bro. You had to either use the internet or use the phone, you know? And it'll take forever. So...
mejor lo
dejo ahí. Pinche gas, vale $1 el galón, you know, it was cheap as fuck. So I took the demo in, bro, and the next day, at the same time, I got a phone call, bro, saying, hey, you know what, we liked your mixes, want to come over.
It was el Carnalillo. Carnalillo, pues fíjate que...
Carnalillos. And then he called me up, him and some guy named Shadow, bro, DJ Shadow, shout out to compa Shadow.
Shout out to you, compa.
He called me, he said, hey, bro, we liked your stuff, you know, come down, we want to put you on a show. And I'm like, really? Bro, that shit was like...
You hung up the phone and jumping jacks. We did.
Yeah, like I did all that, bro. So, but the story before that, it's actually a better story because before doing that, when I was grinding, I got to meet Jorge Gamboa, bro. I got to meet the promoter of Jorge Gamboa, Alonso Sillas, and his brother and his family, and they took me into El Rodeo, bro, at the time. And they take me to Rodeo, and I'm already practicing, bro. I'm already playing all that, like whatever was hitting at that time, you know, Tupac, you know, Biggie, Snoop, you know, Chalino, whatever was hitting at that time, bro, like Los Dos Grandes, Chevrolet, all that stuff was new back then, you know, like, so I andaba yo tocando, Los Razos were like the biggest thing, Originales, bro. It was like, that was it, bro. That was like the top of the top.
Yeah.
I go to Rodeo, bro. Because I was Jorge Gamboa's photographer. I used to take pictures when I used to go perform. And they used to like pay me, you know, $5 or whatever, take a picture, and I les daba la foto, güey. Thanks to Alonso Sillas. So he takes me to Rodeo, bro. I'm literally, like 16, bro? I think 15, 16 years old. At the club, bro. That's illegal, you know? I mean,
that's illegal.
My bad, compa, you know, but I just let them know how it is.
Well, compa, I mean.
I was a youngin', bro, you know, so I get to Rodeo, bro, and then
Back then it was cool, compa.
back then, so I get in. To me, it was like I went to Rodeo, bro, for my first time, and they're like, I don't know, they had a DJ, bro, that all he played was like, I don't know, bro, cumbia, and you know, he happened to be one of my close friends too, Pablito, my homie Pablito. He's the one that had Voz de Mando and Conjunto Primavera now, and he was the DJ right there. And then I'm like, hey, bro, I told the owner, hey, bro, whenever you need a DJ, you know, let me know. And he's like, really? What are you doing this weekend? He said. And I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, this weekend, bro. It was a Thursday. I remember because it was and then they had a mariachi or whatever, and I pull up. He's like, I need you to come Friday. And if you're any good, I'll keep you for the weekend. Because that guy was a cocky motherfucker, bro. And shout out to Edgar, bro. The owner of El Rodeo, bro. That motherfucker was, man, they said, way, much love to that guy, bro. So SOA, he told me straight up, hey, you any good? I was like, well, I mean, I don't know if I'm any good, bro, but, you know, try me out. You didn't have to pay me, I told him. Just want to try it out.
Just check me out.
Just check me out, bro.
You get it cocky too, huh? You're like, just check it out, my dude.
Check it out.
You like this shit?
So I went into the club, bro. On Friday, llegué en temprano, way. I set up my shit, you know, fucking tapped into their system, and I started doing my thing. Started rocking out. No, at that time, bro, like, It Ain't No Fun had just came out. You know, the next episode, you know, all that West Coast, like the hype stuff, fool,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Blow the Whistle, Too Shorts, like.
Too short.
All the
fucking-
paisas, bro, at the club, you know, going into that club, Rodeo at the time, bro, you wouldn't see nobody wearing a hat or wearing what we're wearing right now, bro. If you go to a Rodeo, bro, you're going in stacked up financially, gold chains, silk
Vaquero
shirt,
out.
con botas, cinto, and sombrero, bro. Like, everybody, if you're not wearing a sombrero to that place, don't even come. You know, girls ain't even going to look at you, bro. You're not going to dance.
They're not gonna waste their time.
Don't even waste your time, bro. So, you know, I went into that spot, bro, dressed like you and me. I didn't want to go wear the sombrero, so I went in like that, bro. Actually, I took some Timberlands. I had some Timbos. I had, you know,
My
like
dude walked in like a light skinned baby, just chilling.
just, you know what I mean? You know, so we had that flow, like, you know. So I walked in, bro, and I'm like, the other DJ was like, you know, looking at me kind of like, motherfucker. You know, like,
wicked
it's the wicked pedo, you know, like some young buck, bro, you know, 16, 17 going into a club that's like, bro, 3,000 people club, you know.
And
like,
aparte de eso, like, this motherfucker's about to take my job.
I mean, that wasn't my intention.
Nah,
bro,
go back what you did. Go back what you did.
So I go in, bro, and it's my turn, and then I'm playing, like, you know, because, you know, they had nothing but corridos playing, and to be honest, I don't even remember who was performing, bro. I was so nervous, bro. My armpits were sweaty. I was just drenched in sweat. Like, I start playing, bro, and then they start doing this show, bro, with Maná, like, you know, Oye Mi Amor with a bunch of girls, and it was like everybody was rocking, and I'm like, damn, bro.
What am I gonna play?
Like, what am I gonna play, right? So I said, fuck it, I'm gonna hit them with these. I mean, you know, bloop that out, but these bitches said, these hoes here, somebody, you know?
Yeah.
And then I hit them with the Ain't No Fun. And then everybody was like, bro, you know, like the dance floor was like insane, bro. And then the owner was right there, bro. He was just like looking, you know, he was just looking.
He was not trying to acknowledge, like, oh, this was good.
Like, nah, he just wanted to see what I was gonna do, you know? Like, so once I hit him with that hip hop, like the club, bro, the club was just lit up, bro. 3,000 people, bro. Imagine, you know, and they're all fucking paisada, bro, with the sombrero and jamming to.
Imagínate decir con el pinche sombrero, like.
Jamming to that hip hop, bro, you know, and then, you know, I started playing everything else, and you know, the night's over, and you know, the guy comes with his other partner, and I'm two partners for that club, and he's like, hey, bro, good shit. Can you come tomorrow? And I was like, damn, for real? You know, it was a Saturday, bro. You know, I wasn't booked. You know, you know, I was like, yeah, bro, hell yeah. And then he's like, well, come tomorrow. I did the same thing again. And he's like, hey, I need you to come work right here, bro. And that was like, so I got into Rodeo first, and then I turned in the demo after, like within that week later to Que Buena. So
everything was just kind of falling.
Everything just fell in place. But then, like, you know, because I know a lot of people are gonna see it, be like, no, Que Buena made you. Nah, hell no. Didn't do shit for me. To be honest, like, Rodeo made everything for me. You know, like, because to be honest, bro, at that time, Rodeo was like the capital of.
Well, yeah, those are the like, golden days of Rodeo.
The golden days of all that era, bro. You know, so I got to meet like everybody and anybody that just started into the game, and you know.
Well, you started meeting also more people that you were later in the future going to start working with, like a big company, or not even so big company during the time when they started doing, you know, all those events at Rodeo was Rancho Humilde. And you started working with them because of El Rodeo.
Honestly, bro, I started working with other companies before Rancho Humilde. I started working with, well, as a matter of fact, I didn't start, man, I mean, it's because there's so much history in El Rodeo, to be honest, to tell you where.
So how
okay, so let me tell you who worked there. So there was some guy named RB. I don't know if you heard of RB Music.
RB Music.
Okay, Ricardo used to work.
That's the one that has.
They have Pancho
Recluta.
Recluta, Nuevos Ilegales, El Commander. I mean, he got a lot of groups.
Yeah.
But back then, he used to work at the restaurant, bro, at El Rodeo, at the restaurant.
Okay.
He was the manager of the restaurant, manager of a lot of stuff at El Rodeo. So I got to meet him at a young age, bro. You know, like, I got to meet Ricardo, like, really, really young. And that guy was ambitious. Like, ese way, whatever he touched, he was the manager of.
Who?
Like he were the restaurant, he's the manager. If he's going to be doing something else, he's the manager. Like, he got into... So that's why he's so successful now, because that guy viene de...
Ambitious.
The ambitious life, you know? So I got to meet him.
Thank you.
And then I got to meet Angel, bro. Angel del Villar. Before Del Records started, you know, so Angel would always be there. And then I remember when Del Records first started, be like, hey, Malechin, you know, like they would all go to the club and show me love and be like, hey, Malechin, here's a few, hey, play my jams, bro. Play my, I'm like, what do you got?
Okay.
Because Del Records started with Herederos del Norte,
Herederos del Norte,
La Banda Imperio, y Juniors de Quique Meneses. That was Del Records. Like, the initiation of Del Records, that was Del Records. And you know, I get along really well with
so
Angel.
you were sort of like a disquera at a radio station.
Yeah, haz de cuenta.
Like, hey, compa, ahí le va un poco.
Yeah, like, no, I mean, I wouldn't charge nobody. To this day, bro, I don't never charge nobody. But they always be like, hey,
compa, I'm about to send you my disc.
You know, hey, here's some, like, they always, like, everybody knew that the spot to be at the time was El Rodeo, bro. You know, to be honest.
Definitely.
And you know, so Del Records ahí sale.
Because you have to think, there was no other club really that competed. Because everybody, okay, yes and no. Because everybody either wanted to go to Rodeo or they wanted to go to the one right here in, what is it, Bell? No. Potreros.
Potreros, yeah.
So it was either those two. But everybody, Potreros always had the fama that it was just ghetto.
Yeah.
You know? So everybody was like, oh, I'm at Rodeo, you know? So that's when, and nobody really competed with them. You didn't have no Malecon. You didn't have no, you know.
Well, I mean, during the time when I first started, you know, I was going to El Parral.
Parral was
like a big one because I would go there all the time with Jorge Gamboa, you know, to take pictures. And I got to meet a lot of people, bro. I got to meet Narquillo, you know, Lupillo when he came up.
Compa, how important is, you know, building connections in this business for you?
It's 100%, bro. It's not about what you know how to do. It's who you know. Who you know is going to get you that plug, you know? Because to be honest, bro, if it wasn't for me, for La Familia Silla, the compa Alberto and Jorge Gamboa, I wouldn't be where it took me to Rodeo. And if it wasn't for Edgar and Santiago and that whole clique, I wouldn't be at a next step, you know. So it's
all with connections.
It's all about connections.
I asked this compa because a lot of times I see that a lot of musicians, a lot of DJs, or a lot of whatever, se cierran solo las puertas because they don't wanna work with other people. They don't wanna get to know other people. They just wanna close themselves off a little bit. You know, they kind of get a little familia going on, and they kind of start thinking like, I don't need this fool. I don't need this fool, And the way you're explaining stuff to me, like, you know, it seems like you were always like willing to work with everybody, willing to, you know, come here, come there, you know, just grind and be on it and try to promote yourself a lot more. I'm not saying do shit for free, but what I'm saying is just like, you know, build those connections, build that amistad con tanta gente, you know?
Yeah, there's so many stories, bro. I mean, to be honest, bro, you know, like, I got at it with a lot of groups, bro. That like I give a lot of opportunities to groups that I never thought were gonna make it, bro. To be honest, one of them, to be for me, I never thought he was gonna make it that big. Was Larry. Larry Hernandez came up and to me and the promoter and be like, "Hey, Malechin, we want to perform." I said, "Well, let's do it." And then Edgar got him, booked him. He started singing, bro. He didn't even give him 5 minutes, bro, of his time. He's like, "Nah, this motherfucker sucks."
Fuck.
And they brought him down because Larry, when he started, bro, he came in with that a la verga, everything a la verga. And it was like that hype where a lot of people didn't understand him.
A lot of people, when you start seeing somebody on stage, compa, that is just screaming a la verga, esto que...
Yeah. It was kind of disrespectful. Like, he took it as, "Hey, bro, you're disrespecting me." Like, so he didn't give him that time and day. And, eventually, like, Larry became an instant success over a lot of his stuff. I'm not saying he's not good. I'm saying he's badass. But at that time, bro, like I just felt like they didn't understand the music.
They didn't understand the concept
or anything that he was doing. So the owners told me, "Hey, Malechin," because I used to be the one that like helped them out. "Hey, Malechin, can you book this group? Hey, Malechin, can you do the schedule? Can you do?" So I started getting myself more involved. Like I just didn't want to be the DJ. I wanted to be more
you wanted to be more of the structure of it.
The structure. But that was later on, bro. But see, like one of the main artists was like Larry. I remember when Roberto Tapia, bro, that actually like when I met him, I didn't think his first persona was gonna make it because he came out with the song "Solo con una mentira" with some guys. One of my homies was Twins. Twins Culiacan. They had all the Movimiento Alterado stuff like that.
Yeah.
They had Roberto Tapia too.
We talk a lot about that. Movimiento Alterado on this podcast.
Yeah, I was one. It's just a trip, bro, because I was a DJ for that.
Oh, okay.
I started off like my first was El Movimiento Alterado.
Okay, compa, let me just ask you one more. Well, I want to ask you this one question. I don't know if you know about the finances and all that shit. How much money did they spend on the Movimiento Alterado video?
Which one? Los
Aguinaldos del M1, compa. Because I'm looking back at this shit, and I talked about it on the podcast, probably almost 2 months ago, that I was at a gig, I was gigging, and they had it up on the projector.
Yeah.
Compa, they had a white backdrop, and just the Musicos just going like this. How much money did they spend on that video, compa?
I wouldn't know to be telling you finance, but I know they recorded a lot of stuff in their house. Like a lot
they saved a game load of money on that.
Yeah, I mean, they had a structure, bro. Like
it's smart though. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm looking back at it, I'm like, God, bro, like these fools just had a white background. You know what I mean?
I just feel that the Twins, bro, I know them, bro. They're really good friends, and I just feel they have really bad luck. Like, really bad luck because, bro, like, they had everybody, bro. They had Gerardo Ortiz, Noel Torres. Like, before they even blew up, bro. And
before they got to Dell.
Before they got to Dell, before they became a celebrity, then I just felt like, man. Because the Movimiento Alterado, that shit was big, bro.
Yeah.
That shit was big. Like, it was like Pasito Duranguense, bro. A lot of people don't understand it, but that shit was huge, bro. In Chicago, like, that shit, it's not about just playing in L.A., bro. It's not like playing all over the United States, bro.
US, getting played over the US.
And Pasito Duranguense, La Quebradita, bro. All those movements, they're still here. I mean, Duranguense is not, it died off, but
it's not shut down either.
It's not like there's always new stuff coming, bro. So you gotta adapt to it. Like me as a DJ, bro. Like you were talking about like all the new stuff that's coming out. So you have to adapt. You have to, as a musico, as a DJ. Yeah, maybe you might not like it, bro, but if you don't get to it, you're not gonna work.
Exactly.
Like
there's I mean, I maybe like, so me personally, and I've always said this, I'm not gonna back down of what I said. I it's not that me preference, you know what I mean? Like but I can understand why people like it, and I can appreciate the structure and the time that's invested. I can appreciate the art form. I can appreciate it. It's just not de mi agrado, right? So, you compa, you.
What are you? I mean, you're talking about not your agrado, but on what genre? Like which one are you talking about? The Movimiento Alterado or
no, the newer generation.
So the corridos tumbados and los corridos verdes.
No, not so much the verdes, compa. More so the it's like when they have rappers and when they say, oh, rappers and mumble rappers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's more so kind of that situation. Like, for instance, I'm a big fan of music, the norteño, serreño,
Yeah.
banda, whatever. But I focus, because I'm a singer, I fixate on the singers.
Okay.
I fixate on the way they pronounce stuff. I fixate, like I said, I've said it countless times, I'm not a great singer. I'm not, but I just fixate on all those little things.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just feel like maybe the effort's not there to try to perfect or try to make something, or I don't know how to explain myself. But
don't you feel like you're just being common?
What do you mean?
Like, and right now, bro, in order to do, you have to stand out. Like, you got to do stuff to make yourself stand out. Like, and I get what you're saying. I get your point.
Yeah.
You as a critic, as because you know what you're doing, and you expect them to do the same thing that you're doing,
or not necessarily, not necessarily that, compa.
Échale más ganas a esto.
It's just maybe también it's how you're brought up on you fixate on I gotta do this. I have to try to, because when I started, compa, I no se me entendía nada. I had a really high pitched tone. I wouldn't really focus on what it was para cantar. You get what I'm saying? And then with the years, I had to. I was sat down, and they were like, hey, you know what? You're fucking up here because, no se escucha nada, no se te entiende nada. You're fucking not singing good. You're not this. So, you have to learn this structure. You have to, and then you start appreciating more the music. You start appreciating more the effort. You start appreciating more all that stuff, right? And then I just, when all this stuff started coming out, it was just like a big readjustment. But like I said, I am a critic because igual que usted, compa, like you're not out there gonna be like, oh, fucking whack ass fool, nah. But you're gonna say, oh, you know what? Like I'm criticizing this because that, like you know music.
Well, I mean, to me, bro, I'm gonna be honest. Like I'm saying, like I got to meet a lot of people at El Rodeo and a lot of artists. So one of my like close groups that I started listening to was Enigma. And Enigma, like, they're my compadres. Like, Barajas is kind of like a brother to me. And Kirri is my compadre. He raps as my son. No Rebeldes too. So Grupo Cartel, I met their people, bro. Like, I met the big dogs of allá de abajo.
Yeah.
I met them before they were going to come up. And their promoter at the time was Don Regi, Cozalteco Music. He's the one who started bringing, at the time, Jorge Santa Cruz, Grupo Cartel, Los Alegres del Barranco. So he had them. And that línea, bro, the music from Culiacán, bro, when it came to LA came in and opened their hands, bro, and like, hey, come in, we fucking we love you, and all that love. And I tell that to my compadre and to Enigma and to every single group that goes to Culiacán because they always throw me that pedrada. Like, oh, you're Rancho Humilde's DJ, or you work with all the LA DJs. I go, yeah, bro. I go, and I'm proud of it, to be honest, bro. I go, you know what? What is it? Like, I just hate the fact that now the music is here. Like, the music's here, bro. The music's here. Now, it's in LA, it's in Chicago, in Texas. It's not in Mexico no more. So why are you gonna get all butthurt? Like, you gotta appreciate. Like why are you hating? Because you're not banging right now. Like, you're not hitting, bro. You're not. To be honest, you're not hitting. Cool. A lot of songs are cracking. Whatever. But you're not the hit right now.
I get it.
But they're not giving us the love. Why don't they give us the love? Why? Because we're from LA. Because we're not Mexican. Because we're smoking weed. I go. It's because look, fool. When you go to Mexico and you smoke weed, you're frowned upon. Like, ese es un pinche marihuano. He's a fucking crackhead. Like, drogadito. Es un ratero. Like, nah, bro. Weed is nothing. Like, in LA, bro, if you're from LA, really from the States, really from Texas, Chicago,
you
grew up on that. You grew up on weed.
Maybe you didn't grow up smoking it.
You grew up on hip hop.
You grew up around that motherfucker.
Like, you grew up bilingual, bro. You grew up bilingual. Yeah. So our Spanglish, people are not gonna understand that only if you're from United States. So when you go to Mexico, Like they expect you to have proper Spanish and talk a certain way and do things a certain way.
Yeah.
And I'm against that, bro. I'm against that because when you come here, you want us to speak like you, and nah, bro, adapt to you right here. You know, like adapt to us.
I get what you're saying, compa.
So it's like, so you know, when the music started hitting right here, bro, you know, with Legado Siete, you know, bringing in a banger, Fuerza Regida, or like anybody from out here, bro, and they started making like some noise and getting known, bro. To me, it was like, wow, you know, like I appreciate that, bro, because I was like, damn, bro, all the struggle.
Now,
like
these dudes are on the map.
So they're on the map, bro. And but I mean, a lot of the músicos from LA, bro. Like if you listen to, or you ever had a chance to talk to Ramoncito from Legado Siete, bro, Ramoncito has trayectoria, bro.
Yeah, he has
trayectoria. So this guy, it wasn't like a night and day type of deal. Like it didn't happen. Oh yeah, Legado's here. No way. These motherfuckers come from taloneándole quinceañeras, fucking switching groups and groups, and a lot of these groups have the same thing, bro. And lo bueno que pegaron, Malechin, like, and I'm just saying Regado, but I'm just saying everybody in general. But like, I just hate the fact that the people in Mexico are just hating because they're not there.
Okay.
You know, it's
I get what you're saying.
Like, bro, when you came in and you were hating, we were bumping your stuff. We were like, hey, what's up, compa? We were, you know. Yeah. Like, but now it's us. Like, you don't want to, you don't want to, like.
You don't want to fuck with it.
Yeah, like, you don't want to fuck with it. Oh, yeah, los marihuanos.
Nah,
bro, what about the cocainos over there in Mexico? Like, well, that's cool.
No, my whole thing was, I love Legado. Musicazos. Alex is a sick ass singer.
Malechin.
You know, like I don't get me wrong, compa. Like I love corridos verdes.
Yeah.
I like I said, I appreciate the structure of different genres, different songs.
Certain groups.
Like right now, like there's this grupo 4, what is it?
10-4.
10-4. My bad. I didn't, I didn't mean it that way, but.
El Te Fuego. You're talking about El Te Fuego.
But yeah. So it's just like where, you know, a lot of people are making fun of the dude. A lot of people. Compa, the letra, it's catchy.
Yeah.
Compa, the what it says, it's a good story. But I get fixated on the pronunciation.
Yeah.
I get fixated on the tone. So that's where I'm just like, you know, you're in a situation where it's like you want to like it, but you're kind of of how you learned or how you were taught, you know, like it just doesn't follow protocol. So it's just like you're in this situation where it's like, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I totally disagree with you, but you know, in a respectful kind of way, because like you're a musico. And I'm a guy that you know, I adapt music.
You adapt to music.
I adapt to music, but not only that. Like I've been on tour with them. Like they've been on tour with us, like at the SMO tour, you know, and they added on. And I'm just gonna let you know, bro. Like a lot of the groups that play in their city, like you play in Chicago, you play in Texas, you play in New York, you play in Cali, like de ahí no salen, bro.
Yeah.
De ahí no salen. So for me, my challenge is to any group. If you're in LA, bro, go play in Texas. Go play in Chicago and see if they're gonna adjust to your lifestyle. Like you like cartel, bro. Mm-hmm. You like cartel. I like cartel too, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I love Chirri, bro. Like Chirri, he's dope as fuck.
Beast.
You know, but take Chirri to Chicago. Take Chirri to Texas.
Yeah. They're
not gonna fuck with you. And I've been there, bro. Like the people over there, they don't listen to cartel. They don't listen to rebeldes. They don't listen to like, you know. I'm not saying like the mid. East Coast, like it's just different type of music, bro. Yeah. And like for a lot of people that are gonna hate 10-4, it is banging over there. Yeah. Like Malechin, bro, you gotta go and they fucking gonna sell out.
Okay, but let me ask you this: do you think it's more so?
It's social media, bro. To be honest,
es lo que le iba a decir.
It's social media. It's YouTube.
I was gonna ask you there exactly. Do you think it's more so because of the music, or do you think it's more so because of all the shit that happened through social media? That
it's about the social media. Because look, when I went to Mexico, bro, they told me the same thing about the músicos from LA. All of them. Mm-hmm. They're like, no, es que los músicos de Los Ángeles no tienen escuela.
They do.
No saben.
It's because they
No
just
saben.
haven't met him.
You get what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's a disrespectful
Yeah,
type
that's
of,
yeah,
like
yeah,
a hit.
yeah, like a jab
Why?
real
Just
quick.
because, I get it, bro. They have this tendencia. Like a lot of the grupos, los dinámicos, que los intocables, their generations. Yeah, I get it. So that's why I understand about your platform and your certain way of doing things.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, bro, grow out of that. Like
Yeah.
now it's like, okay, cool. You're going to play the bajo sexto or the drums or the accordion just like your dad or your grandpa did. That's badass, bro. Respect that.
Yeah.
But now you're a new way, bro. Look at Marito. Marito, bro, he's a beast. You think he's playing like his dad?
No. Okay.
That's the comment I did want to make though, because I feel like people get too stuck on the traditional ways. The world is evolving, dog.
But
you're either gonna get stuck or evolve with it.
Yeah.
I understand that traditional stuff because I don't like the new stuff either. But I would never bash it. Hey, if you guys are getting paid, great for you.
And that,
the world is gonna change.
That's what I've always said. But también, I just feel like at one point, you know, you have to look like you're how do I say it? Like you're invested in your craft.
I feel you.
Like
I feel what you're saying.
Like look,
Yeah.
Ramoncito, bad as fuck.
Beast.
But he's not just sick because he knows how to play a little bit on the accordion. No, my dude le involucra diferentes adornos from not just música norteña, but he also le involucra jazz stuff, le involucra all this other crazy stuff, bro, that me and you wouldn't even understand. You know what I mean? But there's also this whole thing with the whole social media bringing you up without you, or bringing you up prematurely, is what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Like the whole Legado 7, musicazos, the bass player.
I bet
the
there's
drummer.
someone out there who thinks they're not that good. You know, it's all about preference.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you're right. It's preference, but like you were saying, you know, like you're not gonna play like your grandfather. You're not gonna play like your dad or grandfather, whatever. But they're not playing like their grandfather, but they are studied.
Yeah, I get what. So I get what you mean.
You get what I'm saying? Like I don't
get what
know.
you mean.
Maybe I'm explaining myself a little wrong.
I think that makes sense.
But
it makes sense that you follow, like you said, you follow a protocol. But to be honest, like if you follow that same protocol, you're gonna go the same line, the same way, and you're not gonna advance, or you're not gonna keep like. Hopefully, you do. Or any yo le voy a la música, bro. Pero nomás como te digo, there's a lot of comments that people say in Mexico and people say from LA and people say from like, because how can I say it, bro? Like, say la música herencia de patrones. You know, a lot of people may not like their music. Tony Loya, 10-4. But the style of music on that side, bro, if you ever been to like Sacramento, the Bay Area, have you ever listened to the music out there? Like their músicos locales? It's a different type of music, bro. It's a different style. You go to Bakersfield, bro, Modesto, Fresno. That type of music,
you start getting all that.
It's different. Right there, the músicos that you might remember, Los Morros del Norte.
Yeah.
That type of, the hypey type of
That
music
hyphy.
comes from that zone.
That
So
area.
allá para arriba, nobody plays hypey right here, bro.
Yeah,
Besides
low-key.
la Nueva Rebelión, or La Rebelión, or Los Ladera Boys, they play that hypey a little bit. Pero para allá arriba, bro, that's what they play. Do people ask you for that shit? Right?
Nah, hell nah.
Nah, right? But the number one group, bro, one of the number one groups here, like in all United States, bro, you know who it is? Los Inquietos.
Nah, well, es que eso es un...
A lot of people don't understand that music, bro. Like, cool, like you said. But they're selling out, bro, like, versus you put somebody else bigger and they're sold out.
But it also has to do with show.
Yeah.
It also has to do with the letra, with your letra.
Everything, like stage performance. Because I meant
What I commend the Herencia de Patrones is that they are, I don't want to say adapt, but they're kind of translating this shit where, like, you know, the people that grew up around weed, that grew up around dealers, that grew up around this, that grew up around la delincuencia, that grew up around all that stuff. That's why people are adapting to it.
Yeah.
So I commend them for that. And like I said, I appreciate the art form, compa. I appreciate the letra. I appreciate, like I said, with the 10-4. Like I said, I did say it right now.
Yeah,
no, I did say it right now because
Yeah,
he
I
laughed
mean, you
out.
said the letra was good and the
Like I
rhythm was
said,
good.
I appreciate the letra, compa. I like the story. Why? Because you grew up around people like that.
Yeah.
You grew up around motherfuckers that sold, motherfuckers that got jacked.
Yeah.
You knew homies that got blasted. You knew homies that this and this. I mean, at least in my aspect of it. I mean, compa, you're from LA. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure you had a couple homies que esto y que el otro. I just felt, or I just feel, that it was more so the social media thing kind of bringing it up prematurely.
Yeah.
I mean, but everybody has their time, everybody has their
I feel like the music right now, bro, is like, the LA Times said and Forbes said, recently with, the corridos right now, the majority that are, besides that whoever likes them or not, it's the Mexican hip hop, bro, like Mexican trap,
And shout out to you, compa Jimmy, la neta. Shout out to you on monetizing that, on really structuring yourself.
And that fucker went solo, bro. He made his own lane, because, bro, to be honest, like in the radio station, bro, like I don't know if you know a lot about putting a song on radio or promoting a song, the program directors, bro, if you ain't gonna give no money, they ain't gonna play with you, bro, so.
But I feel like he took it on to another like level, like he knew where the market was at. He knew where everything was at, like social media.
Yeah, bro.
Like he pushed it through social media, so he didn't have to run through all these platforms that were gonna shut their doors on him. You know what I mean? Like if you come up with let's say for instance you start coming up with songs like Legado. If they didn't push it through social media, compa, I'm pretty sure that the disqueras and stuff like that were gonna just close the doors on them. Why? Because you're promoting something that's not common to the average person.
That's what comes down back to that structure, like their grandparents did that structure, and they keep on doing the same structure, to all the labels that they want to continue on the same path that from back in the dinosaur years when they started to now, and
back when they were making music with rocks.
Expect the same outcome, and it doesn't work like that. You have to adapt to the new stuff.
Yeah,
like for instance, for me, I feel like one of the biggest trendsetters in this industry, bro. In general, I just thought it was the wrong time. Like the whole Chalino Sanchez época, their music wasn't. It was great stamp in history here in LA, but that's it, bro. Like to be honest, like nobody else appreciates their music, and one of the artists that I give so much credit for that doesn't get like the proper recognition is Saul Viera, bro, because he was the one that actually started singing English, bro. Like actually bringing
try to transcend
that Spanglish type of culture. Like, hey, bro, I'm not only Mexican, because for him in that era, whoever grew up in that era, it was so hard, bro. It's like, como te digo, you were a cholo or you were a paisa, bro. And you were a paisa, you licked the front like, ew, fucking paisa, whatever. So he made, to be honest, bro, to me, Saul Viera and Chalino, they made paisa being cool, bro. Like, to me, I was like, fuck. And then they spoke the language, and then, Saul Viera was a gangster, bro. So you'd be like, damn, he would show up strapped up and his homies and the Satanas, the truck, and he was him, Jenny. Another one of my groups that I liked growing up in that era was Acquid, bro. Where I feel Acquid didn't get as much as recognition
as they should have got.
They should have. Like I feel like if Acquid would have been born right now in this generation, that people understand more like the English and like the hip hop is more like frowned upon. I think Acquid would have been like sick, bro. I mean they're badass. I loved Acquid when it came out. I was like, fuck,
Well, when El Yaki put him on the Yaki Fest or whatever the fuck it was, I bumped that shit for like the next 5 days, my dude. Every day, just fucking listening to that shit. Just dudes are
crazy though.
Crazy.
The bad thing too, they didn't have like Spanish, like urban. Like now you have like the whole reggaeton stuff. Back then they didn't have that for them.
Yeah, that's the thing. So it's just like what's cool about it was that they sort of transcended or kind of evolved in like, oh, we're not typical Mexican music.
Yeah.
We're not hip hop music. We're something else.
Make
You know,
sure.
we did this whole combination of Mexican hip hop and you know, and the thing is, they had stories. They weren't just rapping about, oh, we out here doing some dumb shit. You know, they were talking about coming up and, you know, we're Mexican and you know, bringing real pride, you know, like to the
Kids like us.
to kids like us and stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel you, bro. And so, I started with the story, bro, and I told you that I went to Mexico, right? So I was really fortunate, bro, to start working in Mexico. And you know, coming from LA, bro, to me, Saul Viera and all that, you know, that whole movement was big, you know. So I get to Mexico, bro, and I'm gonna go DJ for somebody, and I start, you know, the first thing I do whenever I go to Mexico, bro, I hit the streets, you know, I hit the fucking mercados, I hit the swap meets,
Trying to
whatever,
hear
just
what-
trying to hear what people are bumping, you know, and you know what I grew up on here is not what's popping everywhere else, you know, like they feel that. Like the godfathers of all this was, you know, like depending what part of Mexico you're going to, because if you're going to Sinaloa, it's Los Intocables,
Yeah.
Miguel y Miguel, fucking, man, there's so many groups that like, you know, Canelos, old school stuff, you know, and that's it. Like, allá no llegó Saul Viera and Gamboa and Narquillo or like stuff like that. They don't bump that.
Yeah.
You know, to them, that's that LA shit.
That's
Like,
LA
we don't-
shit.
we
That's
don't-
a
Chalino got there, but it wasn't like you know, big Chalino. You know, it was just like, I feel like we embrace the music more than
them.
than they do. We embrace everybody, as a matter of fact, and you know that's the reason why, like Mexico, I got mad love for them, bro. But it's just that when you get into their music, since it's regional Mexican music, they have something to say all the time. Like, you know, we started this shit.
Yeah.
You know, they feel
they
like
feel like
like-
we owe some, we
like-
get owed some fucking recognition type
like
shit.
you're playing our type of music. Like, why are you changing it up? You know.
And like I said, compa, like I don't want you to think like I'm
No.
I'm sound like a hater, huh? Not like I don't want to, you know, because I am a musician. I appreciate you know, the time, compa, like the effort. I appreciate all that stuff. You know, it's just like I said, like, you know, everybody has their preference.
I feel you. And then, you know, when it comes back to preference, bro, so, you know, like back to my situation is I go to Mexico, bro, and, you know, here in LA, bro, like the majority of people listen, what do people listen to, bro? Hardcore corridos, bro.
Yeah.
Hardcore corridos. Like you're bumping corridos that you don't even know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
You get to Mexico, bro, corridos are banned.
Yeah.
Corridos are banned. Everybody listening to romantic music, Queen, Rolling Stones, the Beatles, Hard House.
It was weird. They're still bumping Akon, man.
Yeah, like for them is Shaggy, you know.
Oh, Shaggy.
You're like, Shaggy is like the
with,
banger right there,
With
like-
fucking.
You call me red hand, then creeping with
Wasn't
the girl
me.
next door. Wasn't me, you know. So
Hey, that shit over there since the first time I ever pulled up to Mexico and actually want to go visit Guanajuato,
yeah, like
they were bumping that song, bro. And like these people were just listening to that shit. I swear to you, like I have cousins and stuff like that were bumping it. They didn't know what the fuck it said, but they were like, "Wasn't me? Wasn't me?"
yeah. So it's a different type of vibe out there, bro. And it's like you trip out because you're like, fuck, I'm in Mexico, and it's like they don't listen to corridos, bro. And then I'm like, wow. So it's certain parts of Mexico they do. Like, you know, of course, Sinaloa listen to corridos. And if you go to Guanajuato, bro, pues, I mean, pues Alfredo Jimenez, you know, and all that, you know,
And
like
all that, and all
banda,
that old traditional stuff.
you know, traditional, even mariachi stuff is hardcore, you know. Pero aparte de ahí, güey, like, they're not listening to Cartel. They're not listening, like,
no, they're
not
listening.
everybody.
They're listening to fucking Viento y Sol, my
Yeah.
dude. They're listening to.
And classics, bro. Like, major classics. So, you know, I think we're like, como dijo un camarada mío allá en Sinaloa, dice, ustedes están enfermos. Because everybody from the States, bro, we are. Like, you go to the club, bro, the clubs here, and they're playing corridos. Like, there's no such club over there in Mexico that you're going to go, and the corridos are going to be thumping.
Nah, they're gonna
Machine.
be playing. They're gonna be playing some
Like, dancing music, you know?
rock music. Some
Not unless you
Spanish
go to
rock.
Tijuana and shit, and you
And
go to
then,
Las Pulgas,
yeah.
and everybody goes right there, you know? Like, I mean, of course, there's certain clubs that catered only to regional Mexican industry, which shout out to them, pero, man, it's just so much politics in that, bro.
I'm gonna just stop talking about the new generation because I start looking like a hater.
You are, bro. You are a hater. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, compa. Nah, it's just like I said, like I try to clarify like the most I can because I just don't want to look like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times when you start talking, it just kind of comes off as that, and I don't want to. When something's not for you, it's just not for you.
Yeah,
when
no,
something's for you, it's for you. You know.
But to be honest, bro, you and the music industry, bro, like you have to.
Oh, I have to play those songs, my
even
dude.
though you don't.
Like I go to tocadas and I gotta play it. Why? Because
That
these dudes are
customer-
playing. I gotta play it. If I don't know it,
You're not gonna
if
get
I don't,
paid.
if I don't know it, I gotta kind of throw it out there. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't listen to it. Like I'm not gonna sit there and listen to it. But when they say, "Oh, compa, can you play this?" All right, compa, ahorita en el break lo escucho, and then I'll throw this bitch down right now. You know what I mean? Like I gotta play it. But I mean, compa, like I said, with all due respect, that's just not my.
That's cool.
My
It's not for
preference.
everyone.
Yeah, no, I feel you, bro. I feel you. So you know,
What's your favorite grupo, compa?
it-
Like
it-
your
it
grupo of all
depends, like,
times, of all times. Like a grupo that
easy.
I don't get tired of listening to. I'll bump them every day if I needed to.
My favorite group, No Rebeldes.
No Rebeldes.
That's my
Shout
group.
out to you,
My
compa
group.
flaco. Ojalá y vea esto,
Guayo.
compa.
Guayo. I mean, to me, you know, it's because, how can I say? I love, like me, like for instance, in my car, bro, I bump slow jams. You know, R&B, you know, I'm bumping old school Blackstreet, you know, Boys to Men.
Boys to Men.
Like, you know, I just like that classic, you know, classic hip hop. I love Biggie freestyles, but comedy. And then, you know, como dices tú, like you bump into a lot of different groups, and you know they don't have that whole tanda. Like that's all they got. Like
Yeah.
they don't got nothing else.
Yeah.
And you know, listening to Rebeldes, bro, Rebeldes could do a whole tanda of nothing but románticas, a whole tanda nothing but cumbias, a whole
And they're
tanda
so
nothing but
clean,
corridos,
compa.
and they're like just like. And Cartel too, bro. But I mean the original Cartel. You know, you're talking
We're
about
talking
like
about
Chirri.
Chirri, fucking Piyuyis, or we're even talking about Eric.
Eric
Well, the thing,
Estrada.
Eric Estrada. My dude,
Eric Estrada would be the original.
compa.
Piyuyi came after, you know. Piyuyi
Yeah,
came
yeah.
after, but I mean,
But he kind of followed that same style, that same
Well, he had
voice
to, you
kinda,
know?
you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Pero la neta, like these fools,
I have a lot of recordings, bro, of Cartel at Rodeo.
wait on the
Original.
EP that we got coming out, Carteleando con la nueva serie.
Oh, that's you.
That shit's gonna come out. 10 songs de Grupo Cartel, the old school Grupo Cartel, not the newer one.
Even the romantic ones?
Compa. We got like 4 of them. There, but
Because Chiri, you know, man, bro.
we got Te Conquistaré. Es más, just kind of wait on it.
Yeah, I mean,
We're gonna come out with it pretty soon, compa. La
that's
neta.
cool, bro. So Cartel happen to be one of your favorites.
Nah, Cartel's,
The main one on your list.
it's old school Cartel, Nuevos Rebeldes. I love Grupo Escolta, compa.
Really? With Uva in it? With
With the,
Macario and everything?
with Macario, even with cuando se salió Pulpo y entró Lonchera,
Oh.
también. But, you know, from when I started playing in music and stuff like that, Grupo Escolta was it.
Oh, that's when you
Well,
started.
that's when I started, compa.
Los
So
Cuatro
that's
del
why-
Sitio, no? Or something like that? Or algo así?
Yeah. So they came out when they were on the fucking when the whole militar shit and all that stuff, and they came out with like pinche Alex. Shout out to you, compa. That fool came out with in a picture con pinche tierra aquí, como si fue la guerra y todo el rollo like that.
Damn, that's crazy, bro. I mean, Escolta, man. Shout out to Uva. What's up, Uva?
Shout out to you, compa. Shout out to my boy Alex Macario. Checked out the podcast too. I mean, I really like his style of singing, compa. Like,
Yeah, he gets down.
La neta.
Yeah, he gets down. You know, so that's another group que nació en el Rodeo. You know, like it's crazy, bro. Like a lot of groups nacieron. You know, so
It's just Rodeo was
was
main.
the main capital of everything,
Yeah.
bro. Like of everything regional Mexican. You know, so a mí también me tocó ir al Farallón mucho, pero el Farallón, you weren't going to Farallón if you didn't have no money, bro. Like right there was that was an exclusive chaca spot, bro. Like if you didn't have no, if you didn't buy, 18 bottles on a table, you're not gonna get in.
Yeah, you're not
and it
going
was
in.
like, and El Parral, if you don't have a gun, bro, you know, at the time, bro,
You're not, nah, chill, compa.
if you didn't have a gun and some a pinche pelotota ahí que you're gonna come in, nah, bro. Because it's crazy, bro. Because I remember going to Parral, and Los Canelos were playing, bro. And Los Canelos at that back then,
They were
jalaban todos los cholos, bro. All the cholos from everywhere, bro. Every clique, every neighborhood.
Espérame. Let me take a piss.
Handle.
Oh, a few more questions before
Simon.
before you gotta go. I know you got a meeting right now, compa. We kind of held you up a lot, you know. But
It's all good, bro.
compa, you mentioned to me, you know, your grandma was a big supporter of you. And you know, it's amazing, you know, compa, to have somebody that to support you like that. In the business wise, you know, did you have any more supporters or any?
To be honest, bro, as a musico, as a DJ, you just have to be in the right place at the right time. You have to expose yourself. You have to be like, if that party's cracking, that mansion party, that premio, the Latin Grammys, you have to be there.
Yeah.
As a group, as a person, you know, because it's all about connection. So for me, what helped me out was the radio, of course. You know, it gave me corporate acknowledgement. So now I had, you know, like, you know, I don't know if I could say sponsors, but, you know, I had Corona, Bud Light, Coors Light, you know, like, yeah, looking at me like, oh, shit, this guy's on the radio now. Like, you know,
We'll beep them out if we have to.
you know, so we had a lot of sponsors like that. Like, hey, you know, like, whatever it was, like, oh, Malechin, he's on the radio. And the club scene gave me all that, like that underground stuff. Like, you know, like I was playing for people that had a lot of money, bro. You know, like all the people that are not working the 9 to 5. But I was playing at them. So
somehow they made ends meet.
Yeah, they knew that guy, and they knew another guy, and they knew another guy, and that guy happened to be compadre de a certain group, and they were like, all right, cool, Malechin. Well, you know, like I had this certain party, you know, like or you know, started meeting a lot of these groups and be like, hey, Malechin, we need a DJ, come play for us. And then, so that's how I started getting that back point, because of Rodeo, because of the radio, because...
so the connection.
The connection, bro. So, you know, when it came to, like, meeting Jimmy around the line, Jimmy was doing events, bro, and I was the DJ at the time, at every place he went to.
Yeah.
I was the DJ at Farallon, I was the DJ at Parral, I was, you know, for a little bit, like, you know, I'll go once in a while, and then I happened to be the DJ at Rodeo, and Parral at the same time when Rodeo took over, so... I was always in the scene, bro.
Yeah.
Like, everybody be like, oh, Malechin, he's going to be the DJ. So he already know. Like, you know, so you already know, like, the certain groups, oh, yeah, he's going to play.
Right,
yeah. So that's like, my name got stuck
on
a lot of, like, now CEOs' heads. Like, oh, Malechin. Oh, yeah, Malechin. So a lot of people know me because of that.
You kind of just got to be there.
Yeah, you got to be, like, you know, like Canelo's wedding, bro. You know, you have to, like, I mean, I wasn't there, but, you know. It's just like certain things, like in certain areas that you have to be in, like certain events, bro, that you have to be in. And then like one of the biggest ones for me when I first started was Ramon Ayala, bro. I happened to meet Ramon Ayala's DJ for 10 years, you know, like working out the House of Blues. So he got me plugged up to the House of Blues because of Manuel Palomino. He's the one that like, hey, Malechin, you know, you're good, bro. Like,
yeah.
But I didn't talk on the mic before. Like, I was
before
always scared, bro. I was always scared of talking on the mic. So I was just that DJ that would, you know, fucking stop.
You didn't even have the.
But I had the jams to make you like pump up, like it'd be like, because anybody can play all the music, but it's certain music that you play in certain parties that you'll be like, damn, this fucking know what he's doing, you know, like.
Yeah.
So like, you know, you're playing for Ramon Ayala's people. A lot of them are pochos, bro. You know, a lot of them are like, you know, it's different older crowds. So you play that music, and I started like. The one that, man, bro, I got to give mad love to Jimmy, bro. Jimmy was the motherfucker that always pushed me, like, always, hey, Malechin, I got a party. Hey, talk on the mic, motherfucker. Talk on the mic, motherfucker. Like, no, I don't want to talk on the mic. Malechin, like, Jimmy would always be the dude. Humilde. Jimmy Humilde.
Shout out to you, compa.
Yeah, Jimmy Humilde would be the guy that would always be like, Malechin, hey, bro, talk on the mic. Hey, Malechin, announce this. Hey, Malechin, hey, I want you to go play over here. Malechin. So, Jimmy... And I'm not gonna say Angel del Villar too, bro. Angel del Villar always looked out like machine, bro.
And Jimmy is a very interesting person, and you know, hopefully he checks this out and sees it, and hopefully he wants to come out here and talk, because he's one of the people that you know you look at that has one of those.
He made it, bro. He made it. Like,
but one of those like. It's gonna sound weird if I say it like this, but one of those Cinderella stories, you know what I mean? Like my dude, came from
the gutters, bro.
Came from the gutters. He came out here. He did it. Shout out to you, compa. You know, turning turning your luck around. You know what I mean? Like,
but it's crazy because he's an older head, you know, like he's like, you know, us, but like he always has like a he always told me this in the beginning, bro. Hey, Malechin, like I always keep my people who's around me with him. Y hasta la fecha, bro, aquí estoy.
yeah.
Like, you know, so he looks out for, like, you know, so along the way, bro, I mean, I already knew Jimmy, I already knew you know, Angel, I knew Ricardo. So I got to work with pretty much all of them, bro. And then you know, another one was Fernando Lopez, bro. Fernando Lopez, you know, when I went to started working at, I don't know if you know him, but he's the owner of a Pico Rivera Sports Arena.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
La Noria, like, so when I started working with him, bro, it was another level of events, you know.
Yeah,
Now you're
yeah.
looking for going to Rodeo, that plays, you know, the number one spot, of course, 3,000. Now working at Pico Rivera Sports Arena that holds 20,000 people.
A whole ass fucking.
You know, and it's like, Malechin,
arena.
I need you to come DJ for John Sebastian, for Ezequiel Peña, fucking, you know, whatever, whoop-de-whoop, whoever he had, big, major, I happened to DJ. And that's what kept me, like just growing, bro, growing, like being at those, but that's what I mean, being at those events where they
Being there.
recognize you, bro.
Being
you know,
there.
like you as a group, bro, if you open for Legado 7, you open for, okay, maybe you don't like them, but you open them for 10-4, or you open them for
You don't like 'em.
Why you gotta do that? Way? Why you gotta?
yeah, you know what I mean? Just trying a little jab right there.
Nah, that's it. Like, he threw that one away.
Like quick, bro, quick. No, but you know, opening up for certain people, bro, it gets you like people. It's about repetition, bro. It's
I
about
never said I
repetition.
didn't like him, man. I never said I didn't like him.
It's about just being on the eye, bro. Like, you know, like they want to see you, like, hey, you know what, this motherfucker's gonna open for female. Like, say you're open for female now, like the cracking, like, you know, like you just have to be
There.
there. You're
In
like,
the
hey,
mix.
fucking Ramoncito's playing. Hey, bro, let me play a jam with you. Like, you know, so you start like,
Hey, compa, let me hold your pocket real quick.
Yeah.
Nah.
but you gotta associate yourself and mingle with people that are in the industry, bro, because one day it's gonna be your turn.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and you're gonna have to like know, hey, bro, you know, I need to do some YouTube stuff. I got this guy. I need to do some Apple Music. I got this guy. I need to do music videos. I got this guy. It's all about connection,
It's all about
bro.
connections
And plugs and
I always said that, you know, this industry is all about connections, all about who
My
you know,
team, bro.
who
My
you
team.
know, and what you can do for them. So eventually, you know, they can even look at you. You know what I'm saying? So, compa, on that note, I want to go ahead and thank you, compa.
yeah,
La
my
neta.
One last question.
Oh, okay,
go ahead,
DJ
go
Malechin. How did you get that, and was that your original name when you first started?
Damn, bro. I went through so many names, bro.
Damn.
To be honest. I went through so many names.
Okay,
Name a
okay,
few,
short
name a
list, compa.
Nah,
I'm sorry, short list.
I ain't
The
gonna
worst
tell you
one.
those
The
because
worst
they're
one.
gonna come back. But all I gotta say, bro, is that Malechin has always been my name, bro. Malechin's always been like, I grew up in Malechin. Like my grandparents would be Malechin because they call my dad Malecho. So my dad goes by Malecho.
okay.
They call me Malechin. But I was just so embarrassed to use Malechin, bro. Like when I was young, like
Because they were
Malechin.
gonna, you look sloppy ass.
Yeah,
fool.
like Malechin, what's up? Like Malechin, because I was like a little troublemaker kid when I was little, you know. So Malechin meant something like he's a badass kid, you know. So
Yeah, pero malecho kind of has that connotation where it's like malecho's like you're a bad kid,
Yeah.
or malecho as in like you're dirty.
yeah. So that was my dad. So
Undesirable.
my dad's you know Malecho. Like my dad, they know my dad is Malecho. So
But for what reason? Compa?
Because my dad, I don't know what my grandma told, but my dad's a güero, bro. Güero. He has one green eye, one blue eye. He motherfucker's like
Stocky.
super big. Like he just grew up like super, like it was just like a super kid. I don't know, whatever. That's what they called him Malecho. And me, they called me Malechin because I was just a bad little kid when I was growing up, you know.
Okay.
But I was so embarrassed to use my name. Like everybody would be like Malechin. And over time, bro, I went through so many DJ names, like trying to like, you know, decide what I'm gonna do, where I'm just like, fuck, you know, Malechin. That's what everybody called me already. Like my mom, my dad, everybody, bro. Like they don't know my real name, you know. So it's like, Malechin has just been my name forever.
Compa, well, you picked a good name, compa.
You think so? Yeah.
They picked a good name for you,
Yeah.
compa, and I mean, you definitely branded yourself.
I try, bro. You know, see the
Yeah.
logo. You know,
Yeah.
Hey, there you
I try
go.
to put it everywhere. You know, like
We gonna have to get some jackets made right
I
now
got
for my
you, bro,
compa.
yeah.
But compa, la neta, como le digo, I appreciate you coming out here, compa. I know you got a meeting right now.
Yeah.
I would love to stay and talk to you and
No,
fucking get to know
igualmente.
you a lot more, compa. But I know you got shit to do. So,
But before we leave, bro, everybody that tunes into you, I want to let you know that we have our own radio station with other company, and we have La Clandestina Radio. That's pretty much a chain from Rancho Humilde.
where do you find that?
On the app, you go to the App Store and download La Clandestina.
La Clandestina.
And I'm giving like, bro, I've discovered so much talent, like so many groups, throughout my whole career, bro. And there's a lot of groups out there that I've helped out in every way, shape, and form. The list goes on. They're probably not gonna tell you, but I'll tell you that I helped out a lot of groups growing up and in this industry. And, from the big dogs to the little ones coming up. So what I do is I have a segment called, Inédito con Malechin or Malechin Underground, where I give everybody the chance, bro.
The platform.
The chance, like the platform. Hey, bro, send me your music, And one of those is that, Jimmy, me and Jimmy, he listens to me, bro, sometimes, I'd be like, hey, Malechin, what's up? What's new? Like, what's popping, And I tell him, hey, there's a list, this list right here is popping. What do you think? So you have that opportunity too, bro. Without paying the radio, I'm not gonna charge you for nothing. You just
You want to hook him up with some Space Jam Jordans?
Yeah,
I already heard
just
it.
send them my way. Nah, it's not about that, bro. It's about like I've helped out so many groups, and I get it's just a passion, bro. Seeing the groups come from the gutter to make it or get somewhere that, now they have YouTube. Or they have everywhere to
And it's not even that compa. It's just like, okay, yeah, they have YouTube, but you might not get the views as you would on my boy's app. So I mean, for other people that tune in, other people that support and like the content that we're giving out, go follow him.
Yeah.
Add that app, La
Clandestina
Clandestina
Radio, dude. Like on my Instagram, @DJ Malechin DJ Malechin _oficial.
Compa, you got two. You got two.
I got a lot, bro. It's because we got into some issues. That's another drama, bro. There's a lot of people that are trying to take down a lot of pages from us. It's not just mine. It's a whole chain of like, I don't know, 200 pages.
Haters.
That they're trying to so they took down like 3 of my biggest pages,
Damn.
40, 50, 60,000 people. And so I started again all over because it's just haters, bro. The digital game, it's also a hating game. And
Bueno, follow my boy at
DJ Malechin _oficial. That's the real one now.
That's the real one now. And then the other one, compa?
And the other one's like Clandestina Radio, bro. The other one's the Clandestina, just download the app, tune in, bro. I mean, one of them that came out from there, bro, Machin, that he's banging all over the place with El Búho, Luis Arre Conríquez.
Okay, he came out of there.
He sent me a lot of stuff, and, shout out to Cartel Music. And there's not just him, bro. I mean, bro, we helped out. I mean, Rancho Humilde, bro, they be helping out a bunch of groups.
Yeah, and I be seeing go by, and la neta, that's one of the labels that makes it more, not necessarily vocal, but it makes it more
accessible, bro.
Accessible. Like, you can reach out to them. It's real easy to hit them up, real easy for them to reply and shit like that. But, compa, I appreciate it, compa. I appreciate the time that you came out here. I know, like I said, we're cutting into your meeting time and shit like that, but I want to just go ahead and, thank you. So, I appreciate, having people get to know you a little bit more.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Getting to know who DJ Malechin is, for the people that follow us and the people that like our content and stuff like that. Thank you, guys. Shout out to mi compa Manny Gutierrez that, been, saying that, he watches this shit and he hits me up like, compa, mándeme el pinche video, qué pedo. Thank you, compa, la neta, se le agradece a toda la gente que, all the people that have been liking, subscribing, sharing. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Much love. Thank you guys. Shout out to my compa Gio Stato from Against the Ropes Podcast.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Moy, my boy Cito from New Generation Barbershop.
Yes, sir.
Fade me up, bro.
Fade him up. Fade my boy up. And thank you guys all, and follow my boy DJ Malechin. If you're not already following him, I'm pretty sure you're already following him. Follow me on Jorge Razo Oficial. Subscribe, guys. I mean, it's very important for you guys to subscribe and
like, comment, subscribe.
Thank you. And before we close it out, I want to let everybody know that we have a lot of tours coming up with Rancho Humilde. We're gonna open up like this weekend. We're starting off the brand new tour. It's called the Corridos La Tumbado tour. We started with that one, and then we got the Fuerza Regida tour doing their own tour, and then we got Legado Siete doing their own tour too. So tune in. We're gonna be in your city, bro. We're gonna be in our United States and hopefully Mexico soon. So
Buy tickets.
Not only buy tickets, but say what's up. Like me, I'm so accessible. I try to say what's up. I know everybody was like, hey, what's up? Can we talk to Jimmy? But Jimmy's busy, bro. But you got somebody else that you can talk to.
Yeah, Jimmy's a little busy right now, my dude. But I can talk to you.
I can talk to you, and then I'll refer the message. But much love, compa. I appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel, and let's do it.
Thank you, guys.
Yo no he de retractarme. Me ponen en grandes listas el gobierno americano con uno de grandes